Everyone, this is your pal EMDSC14R again, and this is part 4 of my Hornby APT-P repowered. This is a video of the actual frame. Now, when I made the third video, this would be the fifth video. Would it be the fifth video? Yeah, this would be the fifth video. I'm sorry, this is actually the fifth video, because the fourth video I show you it running and I go into details about what I did to the power car. This is the fifth video where I actually show you the frame. Now, this is not the first kit bash frame that I used for this repower. Originally, I used one of the Hornby weights as the center part of the frame to sit inside the APT-P chassis, and that every single time failed. I mean, even though I got it to work, it wasn't right. One side of the train was higher than the other, so the bolsters weren't exactly even. So reluctantly, I just went ahead and I built 2 layers of styrene. So the first layer here is actually screwed to the frame, and then there's a sub-level here that is actually screwed to the brass plate here. So there's actually, you could say there's 2 frames. You have this frame, and then you have the chassis frame. So an outer frame and an inner frame. And as you can see, it's DCC ready. I did all the measurements for the holes. This area right here was probably the most tricky because I had to keep going back and recutting it so that I could get this brass beam to fit while keeping these wires intact, which is not easy to do, by the way. I know it looks a little rough around here, but I'm not going to go ahead. I'm not going to clean that up because I don't want to mess it up anymore. Like, I don't want to tamper with the metal. There's 3 center screws here that are holding this beam down. And then, so yeah, the 3 center screws are holding this and the bottom beam together to the lower one. And then this is a insulator block. Let me see if I can get that focused. That's an insulator block. So basically, it insulates the DCC board from the brass frame. And then that's just another screw holding on the frame. So yeah, it is insulated from the frame. And there's plenty of room in here to actually put a sound decoder. Matter of fact, I could actually mount a speaker here, and I can actually mount a speaker here. And they can be pretty large speakers, so the sound would be actually good. They'd probably be facing up. So here's the body shell, and it'll fit on top of there, and this hole will be filled in eventually with a new pantograph. I will be keeping the original pantograph, of course, but then also if you look at track level, this space here and that space there are identical, and that space there and that space at the end here is identical. And that's the look I was going for, because originally this gap was super close, this was super open, and that front truck was up there. I mean, it didn't really bother anything, but I didn't want it like that. I wanted it to be even. And so yeah. And then what I did is, this is actually the trailing truck, the front lead truck of an not the lead truck, the rear truck of the Eurostar dummy car, and I used it because it doesn't have the side steps there, and that's the power truck from the other power car. So that's what I was able to do with that, and everything looks really good. Oh, I forgot to show you the underside here. So that's what I had to do, and that works out pretty good. I made sure all the connections were good, and it has a fair amount of weight to it. I might add a couple weights in the bottom, but I'm pretty sure at this point I'm just going to leave it alone. and not mess with it. And then the couplings are right here. So let me flip it over again. So I actually screwed the couplings right there at each end. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you what gauge this brass beam is. I just had it laying around and I just decided to use it. And as you can see, it's a bit of a mess here. So I will be getting this cleaned up. So I'm going to put the power car back together, and I'll show you guys the next clip with the train running again in its final configuration. And then there'll be one more video that I'll do when I have the new pantograph installed on here. It would have been nice if I could keep the original pantograph, but then, you know, that's okay. I wanted this to be upgraded. I wanted it to be DCC ready, and I got what I wanted, and it looks nice too. So yeah. So yeah, this is one of the Eurostars that I used. See, I originally tried to use fit that truck inside of this one, and that didn't work. So that's why this back truck's messed up. But I'm probably going to order a new one, and probably just order a new rear truck for it. And I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with it. I have that one and I have the other shell, and they're both in good condition, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. But I'll show you what I'll do in the next clip. Alright? Everyone, I'm back, and I have the power car back together, and it's on the track. As you can see, the gap between the power car and the cars is a lot, but I don't mind. As you can see, the space there and the space there is identical. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'll be giving you more updates on this project, and thanks again. See you guys.